Oh, wow. I think you did die. 1-800-449-8255, a Clark the Shark Show. And have I got an album for you? Yeah, you died, man. And you're in heaven right now. Well, either that, or you're on the Clark the Shark Show at 1-800-449-8255. The fabulous Clark the Shark, the Wolfman Jack on crack, coming to you from the golden EIB Sharkerphone on Monday, March 26 or 27, 2023. It was a beautiful sunny day outside here in Los Angeles today. Los Angeles, X. Oh, X marks the spot for one of the greatest albums ever recorded. I love this, man. They call it punk rock, but it's like everything. It's like rockabilly, punkabilly. It's punk rock for sure. But it's up-tempo. It's really lively, jumpy rock. And it's just good music, you know. I hate categories and genres. And I wish bands would mix it up. Instead of getting into a, area where they're safe. I like the Beatles, the way they just do all kinds of shit. They don't care about style. And it's one of the things I don't like about X and, Social Distortion and Bad Religion and Black Flag and everybody, and Joy Division. They just get into this groove where they're like, we sound like this, and this is us. Me, Clark the Shark from the Greenhouse Effect GE, I'm into eclectic diversity, variety, baby. But I still accept X, Los Angeles, 1980. There's that year again. I was 15. This album actually came out one day before my 15th birthday. 1-800-449-8255. Clark the Shark, talking to you about one of the greatest albums in all-time history of recorded music. Certainly one of the greatest from Los Angeles, It's Los Angeles, baby, by X. And all four of these incredible musicians, especially the drummer, DJ Bonebrake. Such a great drummer. I could never play those tight, fast beats where he does those incredible rolls and fills, and he's so tight. He doesn't make mistakes live either. He's just so good. DJ Bonebrake. What a drummer, man. No drummer influenced Clark the Shark from GE more. Downstairs in Redondo Beach, when I would play drums, I would put on some X and some DJ Bonebrake, man. And I would listen to his drumming. It's like a metronome. It's so tight. And the snares and the fills with the tom-toms are so precise. And the beats that he keeps on the hi-hat and the ride cymbal, it's just tight. It's hard to... If you want to be a drummer and learn about keeping a beat, I recommend this album, and put some headphones on and play along with every song. You will become a great drummer by listening to this fabulous drummer. He's fabulous, DJ Bonebrake. He's amazing, but of course all four of them are amazing. And these songs, it's 5 stars, baby, for X, Los Angeles. I don't care who gave it a 4 or a 4.5 or a 3. I don't care, because I love it. All these songs. And Ray Manzarek, God bless him, he produced this, and he's really a de facto 5th member of the band, if you ask me. I mean, he really is. He was. God bless him. Ray Manzarek, rest in peace, brother. Not just for what you did with the Doors, but what you did with the fabulous X. And all these songs, come on. I really don't like their version of Soul Kitchen. It's great. It's fucking cool. It's like a punk rock version. But, you know, I like their originals, man, on side one. These are all great. You know, your phone's off the hook, but you're not. I've had girls say that to me, Clark the Shark. You know, when I put my phone off the hook. And Johnny hit and run, Pauline. These are just great. Nausea is like my favorite song on the album. I love it. You know, and Ray is like playing on a lot of these songs. It's great. And of course, side two, amazing. The song Los Angeles is great. And then Ray plays like synthesizer on some of these songs. Sex and Dying in High Society. I mean, you talk about a band that every band from like Guns N' Roses to, you know, heavy metal bands to punk bands, Social Distortion, Bad Religion, and everybody wanted to be like Axe, you know, and have a tight drummer that's just up-tempo like DJ, and the world's a mess, baby, but it's in my kiss. Come and kiss me, come kiss Clark the Shark from GE at 1-800-449-8255, and you will find out the world is in such a mess. It's always in me kiss. Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255 from the golden EIB Sharkraphone. And all four of them, Exene. Exene is amazing. You know, John Doe. I can't even find him. John Doe and Exene, the way they blend their vocal harmonies is so weird. They're both classically trained geniuses. John Doe and Exene say, oh, we're into punk rock, we're so punk. But you can tell they're geniuses into other styles of music. And they love the 60s, you know, all those bands like the Castaways, Liar, Liar, and the Music Machine, and, you know, Iggy and the Stooges, all of them, you know, Arthur Lee and Love and the Doors, the Who, way back. You can feel the 60s really coming through with John Doe and his great bass playing. I like his bass more than Joy Division's bass. They're both really tight bass, like Rickenbacker. I think John Doe played a Fender, but man, when I think about John Doe, for some reason I just think Rickenbacker, like the guy in Joy Division. But John Doe is just so tight on bass, and Exene, just such a great singer. And John Doe and her, they blend these weird harmonies that almost sound like they're out of tune and out of key, but they're not. They're these genius harmonies. Genius. These two people are geniuses. John Doe and Exene Cervenka, classically trained geniuses, great musicians, great singers. They're way beyond punk, you guys. They're everything. They're like country, punkabilly, 60s, underground garage. Oh, little Steven, you would love John Doe and Exene. Come on, you know little Steven and the underground garage. They love X. And he loves X, Los Angeles. It's so awesome. Now, I couldn't talk about X without talking about Billy Zoom. The man with the perpetual smile, always on his face. Incredible guitar player. He's so tight. But, of course, DJ Bonebreak. His drums are so tight, he'll just get up and sock you in the jaw. Ugh, it'd be like a tight fist in your jaw. He'll break your bones with his snare drum, and his rolls, his fills are so tight. He's a drum machine, and Billy Zoom just locks on. And all four of these incredible musicians, they're punk rock geniuses. They just lock on, and they're so modest, too. When you talk to them, they're like, oh, we're just regular people. But to me, Clark the Shark, John Doe is not regular on bass. He's extraordinary. And Exene Cervenka, God bless her, she's just so weird, and she invented everything, and she's just so modest. She doesn't get mad and just bitch about how she invented everything. You know, like the way Clark the Shark from the Greenhouse Effect, he's always bitching and whining about, I did it, I was here first, I did everything. She'll never hear Exene say that, or John Doe. They're too busy laughing and having fun, and they're laughing at you, ex-Los Angeles. It's all about you and your miserable life. You're just a prostitute. You're just a drunken drug addict shooting heroin in your arm with Billy Zoom and DJ Bonebreak. Let's go down and get another tattoo. Ugh. They're just so angry and miserable, and yet they're happy. They're joyous noise, X. All of them, all four of them. I love them. I love this album, you guys. Buy this album and support these jolly, happy, shiny people of Los Angeles. And you know all these songs. I don't need to tell you how tight and upbeat and beautiful this band is. It's like garage rock, like something Little Steven would love, you know, rockabilly, punkabilly, up-tempo. But it's not. It's genius, great music with atmosphere. And Billy Zoom, just such a great guitar player. I don't want to call this punk rock. It is punk rock, of course. Los Angeles by X, but it's so much more than that to me. Clark the Shark on the fabulous Clark the Shark Show at 1-800-449-8255. The Wolfman Jack on crack from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone. Today, baby, it's a Sharkerphone because I'm telling you guys about X, Los Angeles, 1980. And I was just 15 years old. But I remember maybe 5 years later at Go Boy Records or some record store, you know, when I was 20, I had my Volkswagen. I had a white VW Fastback. You know, a Fastback. It's not like that other square Volkswagen or, you know, the Volkswagen Beetle. It's not like a Beetle like John. I had a Fastback, you guys, a Volkswagen Fastback. And I would drive it down to record stores where I would buy albums like X, Los Angeles, because I had to hear this incredible drummer, DJ Bonebreak, and this amazing guitar player, Billy Zoom, and the tight singing, the out of tune, out of harmony, yet totally perfect, in tune, pristine singing of Exene Cervenka, blending with the incredible bass player, John Doe. They should have named her Jane Doe. John Doe and Jane Doe. Look at it should get 5 stars. I love all these songs. I want you to buy this album, not just for side 2. These songs are incredible. And Ray Manzarek, he dresses them up with the keyboards. You don't even need the keyboards. It's all so good, man. If I could go back in time, I'd say John Doe on bass and Jane Doe on vocals. Exene Cervenka is Jane Doe to me. But John and Jane, they just had these incredible genius harmonies that are so weird. They are the weirdest harmonies, you guys. The way these two people sing together at 1-800-449-8255. This is punk rock, rockabilly, punkabilly, up-tempo, beautiful, fast, really hard to play these drums like DJ Bonebreak, you guys. But I loved his drumming. I wanted to be a tight drummer like him, but I also wanted to be, you know, like Keith Moon and John Bonham. You know, Clark the Shark, I tried to mix it all up. You know, I wanted to be like Ginger Baker and play all these fills and all these rolls. But there was this part of me that wanted to have this tight hi-hat or this tight ride cymbal with a nice tight kick drum like DJ Bonebreak. The greatest drummer, in my view. All the punk rock drummers, they love him. And all the rock and roll drummers, everybody, we love DJ Bonebreak. Love him. And Billy Zoom, you know, his guitar is really unique, different, original. I'd say all 4 of these people are the most eclectic variety of diversity, originality. You know, you never get sick of listening to X Los Angeles because unlike Bad Religion and Black Flag and the Sex Pistols and all that, you know, the Damned, I love those bands. They're cool. But X Los Angeles mix in all this country and keyboards and blues and jazz and punkabilly, rockabilly. You know, it's just killer, dude. And I love the Blasters too, man. Fuck yeah, I love the Blasters. I saw the Blasters with the Kinks in 1985 at the Los Angeles Sports Arena. And I almost feel like the Blasters blew the Kinks off the stage. But they didn't. You know, the Kinks are awesome. They were fucking so awesome. Ray and Dave both were like all worked out with like muscles on stage. Like they both came from the gym and they both had their shirts off at the gig. Yeah, the Blasters, you guys, you didn't have a chance. And neither would X Los Angeles opening for the Fabulous Kinks. Forget it, because Ray and Dave, they invented everything. But there still is something to be said for all four of these amazing, classically trained geniuses who know about all styles of music, not just punk rock. If you sit down with all four of the members of X, they'll be like talking about Beethoven and Tchaikovsky and, you know, Johnny B. Good and The Who and, you know, The Music Machine and Iggy Pop and Led Zeppelin. And they love everything. They're like me, Clark the Shark, at 1-800-449-8255, but they put it all together in this album, baby, with Ray Manzarek not just producing, but playing keyboards. And he really dresses up these songs, but, you know, X, just all by themselves, the four people, the four geniuses, they could have done it all by themselves. They didn't even need Ray. But I'm sure, you know, Ray had the connections and, or whatever, yeah, I don't even care. But Ray Manzarek, he really is the fifth member of X. Everyone says that, and everyone knows that, baby. At 1-800-449-8255, the classic Clark the Shark Show, where you just got the only review you will ever need of X Los Angeles. Possibly the greatest album in rock and roll ever recorded. One of them, you guys, top 20 out of 10,000 albums. X Los Angeles is a classic. I'd put this right here with Arthur Lee of Love, Forever Changes, you know, in The Music Machine, Turn On, The Who, Sell Out, Iggy and the Stooges' first album. Maybe, you know, I'm starting to like Iggy and the Stooges' second album more, baby, but it's not as good as X Los Angeles. No way, dude. This album is phenomenal. For all four of these classically trained geniuses, and especially DJ Bonebrake, but, you know, Exene is an amazing singer. John Doe, amazing singer. Now, you put their harmonies together with these weird, out of tune, out of key, out of harmony harmonies, and yet they sound so perfect. They just sound amazing. They take me back to the 60s. It's almost like X is from 1966, you guys. They're beautiful geniuses, and yet no, they're in the 80s. They're in the late 70s. They're right at the turn of the 70s ending and the 80s beginning. And of course, after this album, I think X would get even better. And I'm going to review those next X albums because they're genius too, just like this one. And I wouldn't say these guys are hidden geniuses. They are well-known geniuses. Everybody knows Billy Zoom and DJ Bonebrake, but everyone knows John Doe, and everyone knows Exene Cervenka. Oh, geniuses, geniuses. Great songwriting, great atmospheres, great album. Great production by Ray Manzarek, great keyboards. Really a great band, you guys. I want you to go buy this album right now, and you tell them you heard about it at the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. And this drummer is so good, man. If you want to talk about what drummer influenced Clark the Shark Higgins from the Greenhouse Effect, GE, It was this drummer right here, and you can hear it on Ben is Dead. I'm trying to play like DJ Bonebreak on that song. Waiting for Your Love to Fail, that's a little bit more Bad Religion and Black Flag and all that. But it's X. DJ Bonebreak. I'm trying to keep a tight hi-hat, tight ride cymbal, and I can't do it. I gotta kind of fake it and play like the pussy beat on Waiting for Your Love to Fail, where I'm just kind of riding quarter beats. It's tough to keep these 16th notes or 8th notes, whatever they are. The way DJ Bonebreak plays drums is really tight. You can tell he probably listened to a metronome in headphones when he was just 12 years old, and he would just play it day after day, because to play like a machine like this guy, and also the guy in Devo is a really tight drummer. A whole bunch of punk bands had tight drummers. The Angry Samoans guy is tight, man. He's fucking tight. Robo from Black Flag is tight, man. So's Bill Stevenson. I love tight drummers, man. Finestone's tight from Bad Religion. But nobody is tighter and better than DJ Bonebreak of X. I love his drumming, and I love all four of these genius, talented musicians who created this genius, talented, amazing album. Top 25 albums of all time ever recorded. I mean, The Doors' first album, Arthur Lee and Love Forever Changes, Who's Next, Led Zeppelin 4, The Beatles' Rubber Soul, and Sgt. Pepper. But X, Los Angeles, you guys, come on. One of the greatest albums ever recorded, and everybody knows it. Everybody. Not just in Los Angeles, but in London, in New York, all around the world, in Japan, in Russia. We all know X, Los Angeles, baby. Great, great album. Great songs. Great up-tempo punk rock. That isn't, because this is great music. This is awesome rock music. Melodic, atmospheric, not repetitious at all. No way. Not run-of-the-mill. Not standard issue. No way. This is X Los Angeles, you guys. Great music, and you heard it here. You heard it here first at the Clark the Shark Show. The only review of the album you will ever need, and I want you to go buy X, Los Angeles. A fabulous recording that you just heard on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255, from the golden EIB Sharkraphone. Go out and buy this album, you guys. X, Los Angeles. It's incredible. I'm out of here. Peace.